So we came into the hospital. Datsula called in beforehand. They had ready a special room with the whole team of doctors and nurses. We were there like a few minutes, and not a few minutes, they were like 15-20 minutes. They start telling me, your mother is very sick. And then she comes out again, she says all her organs are shutting down, she's not gonna make it. We need to know if you want to put her on a respirator or not. He says, how could this happen? So this is how it happens with the older people. And she starts saying, I need to know if you want or not, but I would suggest you leave her alone because she's not gonna make it anyway. And I said, I have to talk to my brother. And it was Shabbos, I was calling. Finally I got him. My brother said, do whatever needs to be done. I said, we want everything. She says, we might have to do CPR because her heart might stop. And I said, do whatever you need to do. And there was like, she called another doctor, and there were two women and another doctor, and they tried, and the head nurse, trying to explain me that it would be better off that we should let her go. And she put somebody, supposedly a chaplain, on the phone to try to tell me. And I said, I'm not interested. And we pushed, and we were holding her hand, and they said, just tell her she could go. It's okay. Sometimes you need to let go. She's not gonna make it. Anyway, we were very adamant. She came upstairs. They took her upstairs after they put it in. Baruch Hashem. They started saying to me the whole time, even upstairs, she's not making it. It's not that everything is not working. 2 days later, Baruch Hashem, she came out and was doing fine. And they were a little ashamed. The doctor came in and he was like explaining me, but still they send a palliative care person over there trying to explain me. We were not interested. I don't know why they sent 2 days later. And 3 days later, they take out the breathing tube. They tell me they're going to be putting her in a step-down unit. Instead of a step-down unit, by Thursday, they took her off everything and put her into a regular observation room on a different. And I come back Friday, she's starting to fall back. And I tell them, said, no, it's nothing. It's only delirium. She went through, and you understand that she's not going to be the same person anymore. She's going to be constantly sick. I said, I'm not interested in your pessimism. Tell me something that's good, not pessimism. And I started arguing with them. I said, why did you put him here? And I said, she needs to be back in the ICU. And I started calling these people who were supposed to take care over there, these guys, and I was fighting with them. And somebody told me I should take a doctor, and that doctor is going to help. I'm not mentioning any names. And I took a doctor. He's very well known. Instead of helping me, he was working with the hospital, and everything we wanted, he went against us. And he was working against us, and I started fighting with it. And look how she looked. I showed him on the phone. Don't tell me it's just nothing. Something is going wrong. You stopped the medication too early. Okay, they started, we're going to bring an infectious disease, and they bring some kind of doctor who we didn't like, and
they refused to bring the doctors that we wanted.
And we were referred to another doctor, and somebody we knew before. And they said no. So I started saying, no, I want this doctor. I'm standing in front of the room, this doctor that we took overall. So stand outside, and he talks to the floor doctor. And I hear him say, let them bang their heads against the wall. They're not getting the doctor they want. I pulled the curtain out. I said to him, I don't want to use the language I used to him. And I threw him out of the room. He said, don't ever come back. And I started screaming at the other doctor. He said, don't threaten. I said, I'm not threatening. I have the right to ask for a doctor, which we want. And after fight, the bottom line, we got the doctor. The doctor looked at the case. He said, she was taken off.
It was poor judgment.
It was too early to take off. So what's happening over there, they put her on. Baruch Hashem, she got right away better. And I must tell you, the nurses over there are dedicated and good. Unfortunately, there's a policy in the hospital of pushing the patients out prematurely, pushing to do things, not to, if somebody's older, just get rid, it just help with quality in life instead of quantity of life. And that's what's going on. And I met people afterwards. There was a person over there who has a father, 98 years old, 96 or 98, and he needed a feeding tube. I told him, you better take him out of here, because they're not putting in a feeding tube for an older person. I heard it from a lot of people. 2 days later, he says, you're right. They told it to me in my face. We do not put feeding tubes in older people above a certain age. It's a problem which needs to be addressed. I spoke to some Askunim today also. There was a patient, not even old, but which was with Leilani cancer, and they took him off the respirator prematurely, and he wasn't yet at that stage, and within an hour he was gone.
The person was still able to talk and understand.
It happened last week.
In 1 hour he was nifter because they pulled the plug.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
And I spoke to an Askan, a big Askan. He was so he says, he called me today. He said, "Sru, you're right. Something needs to be done over here." And I spoke to the doctors. They're all upset. They're getting such pressure from the the directors and the team that they themselves can't take it. What's going on? They have to justify, if they have a patient there in the hospital, why is he still there? Why has he been admitted? It's like everything about dollars and cents. This is what I'm seeing over there. And I'll tell you the truth. We're talking about NYU. Another person told me that in Colombia, something similar is happening the same. And it needs to be addressed overall, from people believing that we want to live as much as we can, and the hospitals have supposedly called ethics committees, which are justifying this, that it's not, they don't have to do it. In Colombia, it's a frum Jew who's running the ethics committee, a person who davens mincha shachas, mincha marav every day, and goes with the couple who's the head of the ethics committee. And he's the one who
he's the one who's causing this problem too, pulling plugs.
Yeah, he has set the standard. See, what happens is it's a standard that's set. Older people, we don't want to do it anymore for them. Right now, it's starting to become an issue. We are talking about NYU, but it's not only NYU. But I had the case in NYU. I spoke to some people, and everybody agrees that this is happening. And they have supposedly liaisons to the community, and unfortunately, instead of them telling the person there, listen, I'm working for the hospital and I cannot help you, and that's what they're doing. They're not helping. They're pushing the policy of the hospital. They should say, we are pushing the policy of the hospital. We are not here to help you. We are here to help the hospital. And that has to be known by everybody. They're called liaisons to the community. They're not liaisons to the community. They're liaisons to the hospital. And that has to be addressed as the whole situation. And that's all I have to say. And Hashem should help. It should change.